welcome back to Mo's World. I'm Mo and have hubby here, Tim.
What's going on?
So I know in the husband's tag video, I said that we'd come back up here and tell our story, and we've completely forgotten. Life's gotten hectic, but we are here to bring you our story. So I'm gonna let Tim take it away. He can start it off.
Okay, so our story. It all started the spring of 2009. So kind of set the playbook, or set the stage a little bit, I should say. I was talking to somebody at the time, and I had this party that I wanted to go to. It's called a Tally Party. So any of you guys who are listening who went to NC State, or you probably know what I'm talking about. It was this big deal. They would make the Tally Ballroom into this club type feel. So called them Tally Party. So at the time I wanted to go, but I didn't want to go by myself. So I had a friend, and I was like, hey man, come to this Tally Party with me. And he was like, man, I go, but I don't got no one to go with. So I was like, man, I got you. So what I did, I hit up one of my friends who hit up his girlfriend to see if she had any friends who were single that could go to this.
And that girl's name is Poe. Shout out to Poe, who is a really good friend, still is a very good friend. So
anyway, I get 3 pictures, 3 Facebook profiles to go check into. And it's kind of weird because it's not a date, but we're like, hey, invite this one. So one of them is Mo. And so we get the picture. I'm like, hey, this girl's kind of cute, man. Let's. But I wasn't looking at her like that because I had someone else I was talking to. So Mo ends up being the girl that comes to the...
By the way, I did not realize I was being set up for this. Poe, when she came to me, she was like, hey girl, do you want to come do this? There's some other people coming. We can all kind of go together. It'll be really fun. And at the time, I was in a long distance relationship with a guy who was at West Point.
Even worse.
Yeah. He's in West Point. We were childhood friends.
The ratchet roots.
So anyways, I was like, all right, I guess, she was like, you can't just stay up in the dorm all the time because he's at West Point, we're just having some fun, that's it. And I was like, all right, that logic sounds right. Let's go have some fun.
Yeah.
I was not going to try to get with anyone.
So she ends up coming to this party. Anyway, the party happens, it ends. And my friend comes to me and says, man, I'm really feeling this girl. I really like her, man. I think she was feeling me too. And so I find myself in this position that I'm not usually ever in, the relationship. Everyone's got a friend who's like, always trying to give everyone relationship advice. That's not me.
Right.
But this guy came back, he's like, hey, man. And I would give him advice, like, man, just you got to talk to her. Just talk to her more. And so that whole summer, this was, the party happened at the end of the school year. It was the end of our freshman year. So that whole summer, he'd hit me up. He'd be like, man, I'm trying to talk to her, man, but she ain't feeling me.
So I purposely put, hey, friend, hey, buddy, because personally, I thought he was a cool dude, but more of like, a friend versus like someone I was trying to get with.
And he got the message because he was like, man, she keeps calling me friend, and I don't know, like, what to do. So
and at this time as well, me and the guy that I was talking with, we were actually in a relationship. We had ended that early summer. So
other aspect of this story, freshman year, came to school as a freshman. I was like, man, I want to serve God with everything, and didn't know what that looked like. Didn't even know how to actually walk that out. And so I found myself in a lot of situations where I was kind of on the fence a little bit.
Yeah, same.
In the world. Not in the world. In the world.
I was raised in the church. Mom and dad were youth group pastors. It was just like, I was always there. I was super religious. I knew the word, but I didn't truly understand an intimate relationship with Jesus and understanding what it meant to be a daughter of the Most High King. And what comes with that. It was very legalistic for me and very religious from my point of view. And then when I came to college, I was kind of like, woo! I'm kind of find myself. So I was just kind of everywhere.
Yeah. So the end of my freshman year, I made a decision. Like, you know what? I want to really serve God next year. And again, didn't really have a context for that or really what that meant. But me and this buddy who I was trying to hook up with my wife, we had talked about starting a Bible study together.
Right.
So he had told, this was a conversation they had on Facebook together.
I guess a way to try to hook me.
Yeah, church, Jesus. So anyway, school starts, and there's in the back of our mind we're going to do this Bible study. And I remember they used to have this big Wreck Fest. I think they called it Wreck Fest.
Yeah.
And they'd have all these these bubble things set up on this big field, and it was like kind of like welcome
Like bouncy houses and stuff.
Yeah, obstacle course, bouncy houses. So I remember I was standing in line at this bouncy house. This was the sophomore year, beginning of school, and I looked behind me, and lo and behold, I see Mo. So
I didn't know he was in front of me though.
So this is the first time I had actually been in proximity. So I'd seen her on Facebook, and I was like, I'm kind of looking around, okay, all right.
By the way, he befriended me during the summer to try to help his friend get intel on me and try to get us together. But when he befriended me, I was like, hello. I was immediately like taken by him. I was like, oh, he's cute. Okay, so I scrolled through all his pictures, and then I was like, there's potential there. But then I had kind of somewhat started like talking to another guy that was from West Point.
SMH, man, shaking my head.
But anyways, I was like, he's near. But me and the other guy were super casual. It was very much so like, hey, if something happens there for you or something happens here for me, we'll go our separate ways and still end as friends.
So I see her in line, and I'm like, hey, am I good?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. So I'm like, hey, you're Manisha. And so that's our first time talking, and she immediately brings up the Bible study. And she's like, oh yeah, you're doing the Bible study, right? And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, because I was trying to get into that. Like,
she's like,
after the breakup, I was like, I need Jesus.
So by the way, I'm not with my friend at the time. And she's like, yeah, let me give you my number. So I'm like, all right. So I pull out my phone. Now again, she's still in a different category because my friend is still interested in her. So she gives me her number. Then a couple days later, I'm in the bookstore. And this time I'm with my friend. And I see her over there, and now it was kind of weird because he acted like he didn't see her. I remember this, and I'm thinking like, is he gonna go talk to her?
I cannot. I did not realize that.
Yeah, and I was like, well, I'm gonna go talk to her. So I went over. I'm like, hey,
the sociable dude, very sociable.
Yeah, I was like, hey, what are you doing? And so we talked for a minute, and we were in the bookstore. Then he comes up, and he's like, hey, what's up? Anyway,
cool man swag, all the way. We have nothing but love for this dude, by the way.
I wish he could. Honestly, he'd be funny to be up here. I'm not gonna put names out there,
right?
But he would actually. I'd love to hear his perspective in all this because we've talked a little bit about it. So there's no hard feelings. There was a certain point where he's like, "Hey, man, that's all you. Like, I don't even like it like that anymore." I'll get to that, but anyway, it goes on. Then there was the third encounter was she had come to my suite to. I don't know why you were there. Are we there?
Who was I with? I was with Poe.
I
was with Poe, and I don't know why we went there. I honestly don't remember, but a group of the people were all together. I don't know if it was the guy who said, hey, you should come over. I don't remember who it was, but we were like, all right, more people to hang out with, more people to meet, and I was hoping to, see him again.
So, now, meanwhile, I don't even understand this really, but back then I was like, I always wanted to see people, meet people, talk to people. So I was in the shower and I heard all these people come in, and the way we did our suite, I would go to the shower and then I'd just walk back to my room and get changed. So I wouldn't bring my clothes in there. But I hear the shower, I hear people and I'm like, okay, I gotta hurry, I'm trying to see who's out there. So I get out the shower real quick and I come out the shower and I've got my towel on and they're all standing in the hallway.
He just comes out and like, okay, y'all. It was like a scene from a movie. He opened that door, the sting was behind him. He had his towel wrapped around his waist. He ran track, so he was like, built. And all I was like, Lord Jesus, keep me close to the cross. I left. I didn't say. I was like,
And I remember
it's a
I
trap
was like,
from the enemy.
I was like, is it something I did? That's what I thought. I was like, why'd you leave? Anyway, those were the three encounters. So after that, she ended up coming over and hanging out with us from time to time. And one time I remember she went to a cookout and I was like, hey, bring me some food back. And she brought me food back. I was like, oh, thank you. I didn't think you'd actually do that.
You little punk. He was a bit of a flirt, okay? He was a bit of a flirt during that time.
I took my eyes, I kind of flicked her like that,
He did. But
I probably did not. I was not going around flicking my eyes like that.
He did mess, and he didn't. You didn't do it like that. He did stuff, and he would never do it today. But it was just like he was at that point in life where he was like, "Look, I'm young, I'm single, the world is my oyster, everything's new."
But I wasn't necessarily trying to.
You weren't trying to get ladies, but you enjoyed the attention you received. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
So anyway, there was this one particular time where she was in the room. And my roommate had to leave, and we just got to talk. We were talking about like just life and homework probably. And I was like, man, this girl's really, really cool. I like her. But again, it was kind of like, it's like I like her, but I'm not really thinking about her like that. I'm not quite sure where this all fits.
So, by the way, as well, I was in this new phase in life, and I was like, look, if a dude's gonna like me, he's gonna like me. Like how I am, what I am, I ain't changing for him. I was a little bitter from the last relationship. So I was like, you know what? I went over there. We were in the same dorm. We were in the same building, but we were on different sides of the building. So when I went over there to hang out with him and, the guys he stayed with, I came over there in baller shorts, big shirts, sometimes a handkerchief on my head. Like I was just like, whatever. That all changed, and when another young lady started coming by, she was dressed nice, and it was kind of late, right? And he came over, and I was like, "Oh, I see how it is. There's some competition." I left, and I made sure every time I came back, I was looking cute. I was like, I don't even know why I'm doing this. I don't even know if I feel him like that or he's feeling me like that. But you know what?
You feeling me?
You feeling me? But I knew, I was like, look, I gotta step it up. This whole take me as I am thing. First, I gotta get him. Then we can play that.
Oh, I'm just thinking about that. What was the guy? The comedy show we listened to.
Kev on Stage?
Yeah, and he made the comment about like singing Christian songs to women.
Oh,
He was, like,
it was another guy. We went to a Kev on Stage comedy show recently in our local area, and there were other comedians from the local area that were able to do their, I guess, it's not a skit,
Set.
Their set. And one of the guys, he did that, and it was hilarious. He was like, man, gospel songs and worship songs got me all messed up. I can't even, he's like, before I was using R&B songs and I would use those lines to get ladies, and it was like, yeah, it was working. Then I went to worship, and they were all like, what? He was like, take me.
No, it was a song. I don't know the beginning lyrics, but he was like, it started off good, but then I got to the next part. It said, I give myself away so you can use me. And he's like, oh, what? No. Anyways. Yeah, sorry to take us on that tangent, but we, gosh, what happened after that? So,
anyways, we ended up getting together.
Yeah, we'll just skip from that. We ended up getting together, and I think it was in October, right? October.
It was September. It was Labor Day weekend.
It was October 10th.
Nope.
All right. Anyway, we got together and we dated for a year. And how detailed are we going into this?
Well, we're going to do a part 2.
Okay.
Because I realize this is getting long.
Okay, so...
So get up through college, and then we're doing a part 2.
Okay, get through college. So anyway, so we dated for a year. That was our sophomore year.
Through junior year.
And then junior year, we started going to a church together.
Mm-hmm. And don't say names.
What a church?
Don't say names.
All right. Of like people or
anything. Anything is identifiable.
Oh yeah, we can't have y'all trying to come get us, man. Anyway,
I'm done. Stop.
The internet. Anyway, we started going to a church, and they just really challenged us in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And we ended up breaking up so that we could pursue God in a deeper way. That was something we both wanted in the relationship, but once it started, there's a lot of different factors, but God wasn't the priority like we said He was going to be. And so just through walking with relationship with people, they really challenged a lot of that, and we broke up after that was our junior year.
Yeah.
And so here's the deal: we broke up, but we still both went to the same church. We had all the same friends. We were always in proximity. We lived in the same complex.
Yep.
So we saw each other a lot. So it's kind of weird, like, and we there was no bad term.
There were no because he was still my best friend.
Yeah, we hung out all the time. So even though we broke up, we still hung out with each other. We still saw each other a lot. So it's like we were Facebook officially broken up, but there was a lot of
In
aspects of
proximity,
our
we were
relationship
still,
that didn't
yeah.
really change
Yeah.
until we graduated college. And
So, by the way, I think you all know, but I was in Air Force ROTC all 4 years, and then right after went into the Air Force. So during our senior year, it was like holding our breath, trying to figure out where was I going to be stationed. I found out my duty. I was going to be a finance officer, and then I was still waiting to find out where I was going to be located. I put in all East Coast bases, and then that didn't work because you all know I'm in North Carolina. I put all East Coast bases because I was like, I want to be as close to home as possible. But lo and behold, I didn't get East Coast base. I got South Dakota. So anyways, I remember breaking the news to him, and it was kind of like, all right, well, we ain't officially broken up. We officially broken up now.
Yeah. That was one thing that was always the big question mark was, what is this actually going to turn into? Because we know that you're getting commissioned somewhere. You're going to go somewhere, different different state.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew I was going into my engineering career, and I didn't really know what that was going to. At the time, I wanted to go to like a rotational program where they send you to a city, then they send you to another city and another city, and you get experience in different roles. But it was just a lot of ambiguity in terms of what we were going to be. And so when she got that announcement and she went out to South Dakota, it was kind of like for the first time we were truly, truly officially broken up.
Yeah, it was hard.
So I guess we could just kind of leave it there.
Yeah, so if you want to continue on with the story, because guess what? That was 2012. We got married in 2017.
What happens next?
Stay tuned. Bye, y'all.